it's why we're in a bit of a different situation here, because there are no public
We will put
improvements
in place
necessarily.
what Barry suggested. It'll be,
Yeah, and since we're talking about stormwater management, I had a question about the swale that you're proposing. It's a 12-inch wide by 6-inch deep swale
Yes.
over a 6-foot. Are you grading it out? Is that what you're suggesting? Or?
Yeah, typically what would happen is you're not going to have a cut channel. So when you say it's 12 inches wide, that would be the bottom of it. Whatever slopes you need to blend it into the natural contours and the natural landscape, it doesn't matter so much the side, the slopes. The idea is that it's at least 6 inches deep, and then the bottom part is at least 12 inches wide. So if they want to landscape and make it a vertical wall, they could do that, but typically it's just kind of graded off to the side. So there's no set 2-to-1, 3-to-1 type slope to it. It's just an area to make sure that being 6 inches deep and 12 inches wide, just make sure that it doesn't flow exactly over it. And it just allows the work to be directed to a different area.
Now, are you directing it to the street? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And there's a curbing at this?
There is no curving.
There's no curbing?
No, as a matter of fact, from the edge of pavement, it kind of comes up, varies from a few inches to even a foot or so on the side of the road, which is grass, like a grass walkway area.
And in your experience, how often are do these swells continue to be there after homeowners?
They're usually forever, because they end up being grass and they're just part of the natural contours, unless somebody starts changing their landscaping every other year or so.
Putting bushes in, I mean, you only have a 6-foot setback. I'm just talking about, somebody putting, trying to get some sort of blockage from your neighbor. I could see, having little bushes being put right in along the property.
As long as the contours are depressed and it's swale so that the runoff can be directed somewhere, you can still have some plantings and so forth in there. Maybe not as many as you typically would, but at least it makes somebody aware that there's something that's going to happen there.
John, just a question on this way, driveway.
yes,
That runs to the back of the house that's on there.
Yes.
Have you done any homework as to what the legal, is that a town road, is it a driveway, who owns it?
I don't know, and I will be able to report to you on that at our next
Yeah,
presentation.
not that it affects us so much, but it affects
No,
everybody.
you should know what it is.
Just Mr. Page,
I believe it's simply a way, not a right of way, it's simply a way that's 10 feet wide.
And so is that town land?
Just town land.
I think it was part of the plat, the original plat, just like they would show streets. I'm not positive, but I think they showed a 10-foot way as part of the recorded plat.
There's a lot of them around the village. Calvert Place has ways going in.
So then, at the end of the day, people who will want the way.
Can use it for access.
No way. By the way.
And then, last question. Steve, you said this project is dependent upon some contribution from the town, there's affordable housing trust money, and would you mind just spending just 2 minutes on bringing your update, fresh in our memory as to how that works, and in this case, is that a done deal? Is that approved? Is that?
Well, we haven't used it for development. We've tried several times to use it. But every year for the last, I want to say 5 years, the town has allocated $50,000 in the budget towards this Affordable Housing Land Trust for the sole purpose of using it towards housing development or housing development costs. And so, we've looked at a project at Southwest Avenue where we were planning on using that funding. as part of the subsidy. We had intended on using that funding as part of the subsidy for the North Road, 79 North Road, when Church Community was developing that. So and each time the process was that we would go to the Affordable Housing Committee, they would kind of approve or sanction, yes, they like the project, they like using the funds for that, and it never really got, in either case, to the town council, who would give the final say that, yes, it's okay to use the funds for that, but that's what they're allocated for.
Okay, so in this case, when does the council, I mean, they have to weigh in pretty early in this process, so Church Community knows that they've got the funds to move ahead with this and not want to assure that council community is selling, they don't have the money. So when is that going to take place? And has it gone to the Affordable Housing Committee?
No, it will go after this meeting, yeah, the Affordable Housing Committee. And I would assume it would go shortly after that to the town council.
And Steve, what was your expectation on the contribution from the town?
200,000.
And is that,
Yes.
this one available? Does that complete the affordable housing? So there's still
I think as of July 1st, I think we will have $300,000. I hate to look at Steve, but I think he knows better than I do what we have in here.
So
Yeah.
Since I don't really know the acronyms, could you run through this
Oh,
program
yeah.
for me?
I noticed that.
The purchase prices,
The purchase price is $355,000. The funding sources at the top is basically what we get for selling the houses. We sell the houses for $150,000 each. The town of Jamestown, the fund we talked about, the $200,000. The town of Jamestown has received, through our applications in the past, a $50,000 grant, which is available right now to go towards the project. And in this year's application, which was submitted 2 months ago, we asked for an additional $75,000 to go to this project. And this EHRI, it's Building Homes Rhode Island. This is state funds. You may remember about 4 or 5 years ago, there was a referendum on the ballot to fund affordable housing in the state. This is part of that money that was approved from that referendum. And then in terms of the cost of the acquisition and construction, this is assuming we rehabilitate the existing house. Various expenses, one thing was left off here was the architectural and engineering, which we reminded us quickly about. But that was within the numbers we had here. This is fairly typical. The acquisition price is quite higher than we typically try and deal with, but considering the prices in Ireland, this is what we're facing.
is the archaeological analysis expected to be an issue?
That's been completed. That was the first thing we done because so many times that runs into an issue, and we have a clean bill of health on that. It's been approved by the State Historic Preservation Commission.
did you run a variety of scenarios for this, and your final conclusion was that the most advantageous use of the land would be these 3-bedroom houses?
There's many different scenarios you can run. What we try and do is look at the neighborhood we're proposing to put it in, the budding properties, and try and find something that fits within that particular neighborhood so it doesn't stick out. It would be much more advantageous if we would put 8 units on this property and rental property. But I don't think that would necessarily be acceptable to the town, the community, and it doesn't necessarily fit in the character. So we try and look at a property in terms of what would fit into the character of that particular neighborhood, and then figure out what can work for them.
And is there any major difference between the architecturals that, I mean, because it's definitely a layout difference